Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. I'm Ryan Bolin. Thank you all for joining me. So, the Super Bowl was here and it's gone. I didn't watch it. I had to work. Okay, I think it came on at like 6:30 last night, but I had to work. And in addition to having to work, I thought about it. I said, well, maybe I can try to find it somewhere. So I did a little research and found out that I had to subscribe to Paramount Plus, whatever, in order to get the Super Bowl. I said, screw you and the horse you rode in on and all the cavalry that came with it. I'm not going to get any subscription to watch something that I used to watch for free, so get out of my face. So for those two various reasons, I did not watch the Super Bowl, okay? But that's not what I'm going to deal with today in this video. What I want to deal with in this video is the move of the NFL to play the so-called Black National Anthem. Now, there's been a lot of controversy about this. I think, and you guys can correct me in the comment box if you so will, I think they did it before in the previous NFL. I'm not sure. I haven't been watching NFL Super Bowl. I haven't been watching any Super Bowls necessarily because I've been working. I just plus a lot of all this woke stuff. I just get tired of it. It's too divisive. I think they may have played it before, but I'm not sure. But this particular time, clearly, this article I'm about to read, they did play it. They did play the Black National Anthem, so-called Black National Anthem, and there's been a lot of negative commentary on that. So what I'm going to do is read this article, and I'm going to read you guys some of the comments of some individuals on X, formerly known as Twitter, who were against this whole idea of so-called Black National Anthem. Then I'm going to give you guys my commentary. So let's go get right into this. Once again, these corporations just don't get it. But anyway, as they have done for the past several Super Bowl broadcasts, the NFL opened the Super Bowl with a performance, so they did do it. So performance of the song "Lift Every Voice and Sing," the so-called Black National Anthem. But not every voice appreciated the left-wing gesture. The song was performed by R&B singer, Grammy Award winner, and actress Andre Day. Okay. Now, I may get some, people may say, well, have you listened to the song? And my argument is, do I have to listen to the song to know that a Black National Anthem is not needed? No, I do not have to listen to the song. That's a bunch of nonsense. I don't care how well she performed it, how good her voice is, whether it makes no difference to me. But I'm not going to speak too much now. I'm going to get into that later. The article says the reaction was immediate and many were not enthused, according to Megyn Kelly. And let me say something too here about these comments. A significant number of them are from white people. And this could be a problem for some people because they're going to look at it and say, well, you know what? It's all these white people. It's just white backlash or whatever. They don't care. They racist. No, that's not what it is. But let's go on. Megyn Kelly said the so-called Black National Anthem does not belong at the Super Bowl. We already have a national anthem, and it includes everyone. Yes, it does. The Black National Anthem is a divisive song by Paul A., a divisive song meant to drive a wedge between the races. Shame on the NFL for promoting it. We're one country with one national anthem. It's a Star-Spangled Banner. Another person by the name of C.J. Pearson says before, and this is the guy, he's a black guy here, but I'm wondering if he's a conservative, because if he's a conservative, a lot of black people are going to see him as a Uncle Tom and as a coon or whatever, but he has something that, he's saying something that's very true. He says, in my opinion, he says, but before tonight's Super Bowl, as a young black man and proud American, let me make myself clear. There is only one national anthem, as there's only one United States of America, and it's for everyone, white, black, yellow, and even maroon. So some people may have a problem with that. Well, what are you talking about? There's only one national anthem, one United States of America, and what are you talking about? Woo, woo, woo. Well, there is only one national anthem, and whatever, man. I'm finna get right into that. I'm gonna get right into the my commentary. Another individual by the name of John Hawkins says the healthiest thing that could possibly happen during the Black National Anthem would be for the stadium to fill with loud boos at the attempt to divide America. And I'm wondering if that's the case. I'm going to assume it hasn't been. No such thing as a Black National Anthem, the end. Yeah. So that's basically it right there. I mean, it goes on with a few more comments, but it's pretty straightforward. I want to read another black person's comment on it. Her name is Tiff, or that's the name of her page. It says the Black National Anthem is awful, segregationist, and absurd. There is only one national anthem, and we're all Americans. Okay. Yeah, like I said, one said it's disgraceful and it's racist to do that. Yeah, to have some Black National Anthem. Yeah, I agree. My whole problem with this whole Black National Anthem thing is, to echo the words of what they said, many of them said, it's divisive. There's no other way to really put it. It's divisive. What logical reason would the NFL have, to play the Black National Anthem when you have both blacks, whites, and other people from other ethnicities coming to the Super Bowl, subscribing to some channel, whether it's Paramount Plus or whatever, to get the Super Bowl, from all ethnic groups, different races? Why would you play that? It serves no functional purpose other than to divide. Now, someone may argue and say, well, the national anthem, we need the Black National Anthem because America, the Star Spangled Banner, was never meant for black people to begin with. Now, based on that assertion, let's assume that's true. Let's assume that the national anthem was never meant for black people, that it was never meant to promote freedom for black people, whatever. Okay, let's assume that's true. What does that have to do with black people in America in 2023 America? What does it have to do with us? Are we actually being oppressed? Are we actually being hindered from being whatever we want to be? Are we actually being stifled and kept from saying what we want to say, go where we want to go, do what we want to do? If the answer to that is no, we're not stifled. No, we're not being oppressed by some white supremacists. If the answer to that, all those questions is no, then why do we need a Black National Anthem? Why do we need that? We don't need it. As the person said when they made their comment, it's divisive. The purpose is to divide the races. The Marxists have infiltrated the NFL just like they infiltrated every particular institution in this country. That's all that's about. As black people in America, look, let me say this, man. What people got to understand is that being an American is not a race. Although most of the founders were white, and most of the people who immigrated here were from Europe, okay? Being an American is not about race. Being American is about an ideology, a worldview that embraces freedom of religion, freedom of speech, expression, and freedom to pursue whatever makes you happy. That's what being an American is all about, as well as capitalism. You know, capitalism is a part of that, okay? But those aspects contained in the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights is what makes America unique among all other nations, actually, in human history. That's what that's all about. And so it's not about a race. It's about freedom of expression, freedom of wanting to be whatever you want to be, freedom of speech at this point. There are politicians trying to take that away from us. Okay? Freedom of religion. You can worship whatever God you want to worship, however way you want to worship, as long as you're not killing people. And we don't play that here in America. You can do that. You're free to do that here in America and not worry about the government oppressing you or telling you you can't worship this way, you can't worship that way. You're free to do that here in America. So that leads to the question of black people in America. Can we worship the way we want to worship if we're spiritual? I would say yes. Got all kinds of black religious movements in America. All kinds of black churches in America. I don't see the government coming in and saying, you can't worship God like this. You can't worship God like that. You can't worship this God. You can't do this. You can't do. I don't see that. I don't see or hear anybody hindering black people's voices and their freedom of expression, except maybe some conservatives. They want to shut them down. Okay. But for the most part, black conservatives still have a voice. I don't see that. I don't see any institutions or institutionalized racism like it was prior to the 1960s. I don't see that going on in America right now. So the question is, are we really free in America? Yes, we are. So do we need a Black National Anthem? No, we don't. No, we do not. We do not need a Black National Anthem. What else? I mean, it's not really, to me, I don't see it to be all that difficult to understand. We don't need it. We don't need it because not only is it divisive between blacks and whites, but it's also divisive between blacks and other ethnicities, because other ethnicities that are in America that have become Americans, okay, that are Americans, that embrace American values, okay, will begin to look at black people as, man, you guys walking around and acting like y'all the most specialist thing on planet Earth. That causes tension oftentimes that I see and sense among different ethnic groups in this country. It aggravates the blankety blank out of me, okay? When how can I put it? Am in the presence of certain ethnicities. Now, I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way. But I say, for example, Indians, right? I live in an apartment complex where it's there are mostly Indians here from Indonesia. So, and that's what, most of them confide at, And I oftentimes sense this mentality from them. And just follow me down the yellow brick road. You're going to get what I'm trying to say. And it hasn't just been here at the place that I live, but also in other areas. And they've been accused of this, well, these people act like they act like they're better than everybody else. Okay, now, when I heard that, I was like, not necessarily true. Even if that being the case, I said, this is what I said. I said, if that's the case, why is that? And the conclusion that I came up with was it wasn't because they felt like they were superior inherently. But in an indirect way, I said this to this particular person who happened to be black. That's usually the case, right? With my experience that's my experience, is they feel this way because a lot of black people, particularly in the inner city, okay, and in the ghetto, have this attitude and this mindset that they are oppressed, that they're victims of systemic racism, that everybody owes them something, that they don't need to do anything to get anywhere it should be given to them. After all, our ancestors were slaves, so therefore, white America should give me everything. I don't have to work for it. In the meantime, I can be a criminal. I can raise hell everywhere I go to and be justified in doing so because my ancestors were oppressed. Therefore, that makes me oppressed. With many Indians, this ticks them off. So they have this mentality towards a lot of black people who act and think that way because of that way. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So I experience that sometimes where I live. And in order to break that shell, I'll always speak. Everyone I speak. Because I don't want that. I don't like that. I don't like that tension. Because I'm not that kind of black person. Okay. I'm not one of these people out here in the streets that don't want to do nothing with their life, and they always feel like they're a victim, and they're suffering from white systemic racism and all this other foolishness. That's not the kind of black man I am. I used to think that way before 2016. But when I came out the matrix and started educating myself, my mind was open to a bevy of new realities that I didn't. I said, wow, I didn't know that, man. And I'm the kind of person, I keep an open mind to things that have nothing to do with my salvation in terms of me, being with the Lord or whatever, but maybe new ideas and new concepts that I didn't know about that could empower me. And when I found that out, I was like, man, I started thinking a whole different way. But that didn't go well with a lot of people, especially my own kind. Because they saw me, oh, you just another Uncle Tom, you just a coon, no matter what I explained to them, they always saw that. So I don't talk to them anymore. I don't even deal with them. I do my videos and that's it. And I may comment on some certain, depending on what the comments are, I'll make some comments, but I ain't gonna go into no detail of it. Because if the person's give me the same spin all the time, no matter what I say, whatever factual data I give, why bother? I ignore it. I don't have the time for it. I'm 54 years old. I'm too old for that. You want to stay like that? You stay like that. That's you. I ain't feeling it. I ain't going that way. But anyway, my point is this, is that I try to change that persona because that's not the kind of person I am. So I always speak with them. When I'm on the elevator, I always speak. Sometimes maybe looking down because they may perceive that I'm that kind of black person. I'm not that kind of black person. So I'll always speak, and it seems to break the ice all the time. So my point simply is this, is that oftentimes when we have stuff like this Black National Anthem and all this kind of stuff, this puts the wrong perception on a lot of black people in America. Because other ethnic groups start assuming that we all think, as black people, we all think that way. And that we all feel that way. I'm oppressed, and the white man is this, and he's doing this to me, and he's oppressing me, and he's trying to destroy me, and he's trying to stop me, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying at all that does not happen. I'm pretty sure that it happens in certain areas. Okay, we have over 300 million people in this freaking country. I'm pretty sure it happens in certain areas and in certain fields in this country. But God dog, let's be realistic and stop playing games. The left loves to generalize it and make it to where it's all white people. That's stupid. It's just like my pastor's wife said, and I've said this before too, in Sunday school yesterday. She said, and I can't remember all what the led up to conversation. She says, when people say things to me, I want them to give evidence. She says, like somebody saying all white people is racist. That's not true. And he says all black people are I forget what she said about all black people. All black people are lazy or something like that. That's not true. And she's absolutely right. I echo the same thing. But the left, and when I say the left, I mean those in power. So if you from the left and you're watching this video, I'm not referring to you. I'm referring to those in power, the politicians and the school teachers and the professors and the intelligentsia, Thomas Sowell calls them. The people in power that represent the left, they're the ones that push this kind of worldview that gets into the minds and subconsciousness of millions of people all over this country and causes them to think these stupid thoughts. Okay. What they do, what the left in power does, is they generalize it. They say all white people are this way and all black people are oppressed. That's bull crap. That's a lie. Period. Bottom line, it's a lie. Prove to me otherwise. Not saying anybody here, I'm just saying, prove to me otherwise. Prove to me otherwise that all white people are racist and all black people are oppressed. This is what the left pushes. This Black National Anthem reinforces that perception because millions and millions of people are watching it. Why? I don't know. But millions and millions of people are watching it. So what do you think they're going to think? Or those who weak-minded, what do you think they're going to think? Man, black people really must be oppressed. Man, I'm so sick of people being so sick of people being willfully ignorant. It just aggravates the heck out of me. But it is what it is. I can't change people's lives. I can only do what I do, talk what I talk, and I go on by my business. One day it'll all be over. But once again, to sum this video up, no, we do not need a Black National Anthem. But it don't make no difference. They played it anyway. NFL got their millions, whatever. I'm through with them. They're going to play that bull crap, man. I'm through with them. But what do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all and see you again.